you're someone who wants to make a huge impact on the world, you want to transform lives, you want to become the better version of yourself, but you look at the person you are right now and you just can't fathom how you're going to become this really great person, then this video is for you. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 15 habits of successful people. A lot of times we look at our lives and we look at the places that we want to go and we wonder, how is it that we can get there? Sometimes we even wonder, how is it that we ended up where we are today? Your habits, everything that you do in your daily life, from waking up in the morning, brushing your teeth, to flipping on the TV, to scrolling through social media, actually shapes who you are and shapes who you're going to become. So if you want to change who you are right now, then there are some habits that you can develop to step into that greater part of you. The first habit is to identify the habits that are not serving you. Identify the habits that are holding you back. So if you're someone that procrastinates all the time, if you're someone who's bad with time, if you're someone who scrolls through Netflix and watches movies all day and scrolls through social media and spends hours of your day doing these unproductive things, then you have to first realize that these are things that are not helping you become the greater version of yourself. The second habit of a successful person is time management. You have to be disciplined with time. You have to be someone who is not going to waste time and be unproductive when you know that there are things that you should be doing. The third habit of a successful person is having a positive mindset. Now, I know this is something you probably hear all the time, but no, honestly, truly, are you being conscious of your thoughts? Are you someone who always thinks of the positive outcome, or are you someone who always thinks of why it won't work? The fourth habit of a successful person is consuming content to grow your mind. You have to every single day consume audio, video, or some type of book that is going to water your mind, that is going to give you ideas, that is going to nurture your creative ability so that you can be able to give more to the world because you're growing up here. The fifth habit of successful people is goal setting. And guys, I have a video on goal setting, so if you haven't watched that, I'll leave it in the description box. But as you all know, if you don't set goals, you are living life aimlessly. You're just out here drifting at sea without a sail, and you're gonna go wherever life takes you, but never to where you actually want to go. The sixth habit of successful people is consistency. This can be really hard, especially if you're an entrepreneur, because you are going to have those times where things get rough. You are going to have those times where you're listening to other people and the naysayers, and you're going to lose momentum in your business. But you have to remember why you started, and you have to stay consistent and put in the work no matter what. The seventh habit of successful people is giving gratitude. I know you want to become this grand person. I know you want to do more, become more, and have more. But are you really satisfied with what you have right now? Now, I'm not saying you have to be complacent, but are you grateful for everything you have right now? If you are not, that could be a habit that you need to develop, because I can guarantee you every successful person is grateful for what they have, which opened up the doors for them to be able to receive more. The ninth habit of successful people is being open-minded. You have to be able to see other people's perspectives. You have to be able to step out of the box and the programming that you already have and be able to see life from a completely different perspective in order to expand your mind. The 10th habit of successful people is contributing their creative ability to the world. You were put on this earth for a reason, and a lot of times we don't know what that reason is, but I can tell you that whatever it is hidden somewhere in your ability to create. So whatever it is that you're good at creating, whether it's writing, whether it's art, whether it's speaking, then whatever that ability is, you are able to use that creative ability to touch other people's lives. The 11th habit of successful people is being a good listener. A lot of times we're so busy speaking, wanting our own voice to be heard, that we're not actually listening to the voices of others. So in order to be successful, you want to start developing the habit of listening and processing information. The 12th habit of successful people is being good with money. Now, I know this is a hard one because as soon as we get that money, we want to spend it, we want to show it, whatever you want to do with it. But being successful means knowing how to spend money wisely, knowing how to invest it wisely, and knowing how to give it charitably. The 13th habit of a successful person is hanging around other successful people. Have you ever heard birds of a feather flock together? Well, it's true. You can guarantee that the top successful people are hanging with other people just like them and who are able to create a mastermind with them. The 14th habit of successful people is having courage. A lot of times it can be really, really scary to become this greater version because you're scared of what other people are going to think about you. You're fearful of so many things that are outside of your control. But if you take the step to overcome that fear, you've now stepped into having courage. And that is a habit of successful people. And last but not least, and also I didn't put these in any type of order, guys. They're not on my list of best to worst or worst to best. But the 15th habit of a successful person is waking up early. Are you someone who wakes up late? Are you someone who feels like time is waiting for you? Are you someone who feels like, you know what, I can do that later today? Well, I can almost guarantee you that successful people are waking up early, sometimes at the crack of dawn, to get their day started. Alright guys, so I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you want to become that successful person, don't give up on your dreams. Just know that you have to replace your old habits with some new habits, and once you do that, you'll be well on your way to becoming the individual that you truly want to become. And I'll be the first to say, I haven't even developed all of these habits. So it's really about just being aware that you have some habits that are not good for you, that you really need to replace so that you can become a greater version of yourself. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, comment below if there's some habits that I missed out that you think successful people have. I will see you guys